Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia. Actually, it's Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and I hope all of you had a very nice and happy Thanksgiving. And hopefully you are safe out there shopping today and stuff like that. Some of you may have set it out and stayed at home. I am probably going to go to Walmart, and that is about it. And then come right back home and do most of my shopping online. But I wanted to do a little video for you that I've done in the past. I haven't done it for probably 2 years. I know I didn't do it last year or the year before, so it's been a little while. I usually do a showcase of black cars for Black Friday. And today's Black Friday showcase is going to be a little bit more specific. It is going to be a Mopar Black Friday at Mr.Norm's Grand Spaulding Dodge. And we have a ton of Mopars to show you guys. Well, not a ton, probably like 15 or so, that are all black and nice looking cars. And some of them are actually my favorites in my collection. And, we'll start with the loose ones. I have a couple that are packaged. And the only reason they're packaged is because either they do not fit in with the diorama, they're a little bit too big, or they are able to be taken in and out of their package. So anyways, let's start with the loose ones, and we're going to start with one of my favorites in my collection, and that is this Pro Touring 1969 Dodge Charger from Hot Wheels RLC with a late model Hellcat Hemi in it. Very nice car, nicely detailed. Hot Wheels has released this casting 4 times. Once in convention form, and it was orange, I think. And I think that was the second time it was released. This is the very first one. And then they released it through RLC in purple and once in gold. Spectraflame, yellow Spectraflame, I should say. Very sweet car. This is my favorite one, though, with the black Spectraflame paint and the 5-spoke wheels with the chrome trim ring. And unfortunately, mine had a little tiny itty-bitty nick in the door. And anyways, it's something that only shows up under like certain lighting. Like tonight, the lighting is perfect, so you can see it pretty good right there in the center of the door. But for the most part, it doesn't show up. And you have your black, matte black tail stripe and your black vinyl top. So really cool car. Offers a little bit of classic muscle with modern performance. Very cool piece. I'm going to tilt that down so we can still see them when we put them down. Another one that I really love in my collection is from Auto World. This is their 63 Dodge Polara. This is their 426 Max Wedge car, the year before the 426 Hemi was released. This is a sweet car because it has the dog dishes in the front and just steel rims with the lug showing in the back, meaning it's all business, ready to go drag racing, to unbolt the street tires and throw on the slicks, and they don't want the dog dish hubcaps in the way. So very cool car, and I love the red interior. And this does have the cross ram max wedge. If I can get that to pop open. These hoods on these things are not stuck, but they're like spring loaded or something, because every time I get it open, it wants to slam back closed. But there you can see the dual round air cleaners for the cross ram. So very cool car. And then moving along to another one of my favorites, and this is from Green Light. This is a 64 Plymouth Fury. And this is a very sweet car. Another black one with a red interior. Very cool. The one thing that they had that I did not like, it had the white wall tires showing. So I flipped them around. As you can see, the white band on the inside. Still the original tires that it came with, but it didn't really suit my style. I had the hood open. There it is. This one also has a cross ram engine in it, and I think they're trying to sell this as a Hemi, maybe. 64, it would have been a Hemi. I guess you could have still got a wedge in it if you wanted to. So, really cool piece. Then we have another classic Chrysler that would have been a wedge or a Hemi. This would have probably been a Hemi. This is a 65 Dodge Coronet from Greenlight. And this one, I don't know if they had issues with this casting, with the way the paint laid down, but there's a lot of like orange pill. There's not really a lot of paint rash, just a lot of paint imperfections and spottiness in the clear. This one just has a single 4-barrel, and it looks like it just has a standard, probably like 383 or something like that in it. But yeah, the postcard is pretty cool. Greenlight did this car with a plastic roof, so they could make it a convertible. They could also make the hardtop and the 2-door postcard, which is really cool. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the paint on this car. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one that doesn't fall apart in a few years because of zinc rot. But so far, so good. And I think that casting, that car specifically, is probably around 15 years old already. So I think it's as bad as it's going to get. So, moving to another Charger. This is the Supernatural Charger from Greenlight that I've done a wheel swap on. This had the, I like to call them trailer wheels or wagon wheels. They had the holes in them. They look good on a pickup truck, like 4x4 or standard 2-wheel drive ride height type of vehicle, but not on a muscle car. So I had to swap them out for some chrome Mopar rallies. And this car is really cool. Has a tan interior. You don't see that too much on these classics. More modern muscle. You see the saddle or tan colored interior. So pretty cool piece. And then we're going to go to a couple of modern muscle cars. This is your Black Ghost tribute, which I heard that story was all a made-up tale to sell cars, but I don't know. Anyways, this is a tribute to it that they did with the newer Challenger in, I think, 2020, maybe it was 2018, something like that. But this casting, the specific variation of this car from Outer World, was released earlier this year and has a snake skin. I don't think it's vinyl top. I think it's a wrap that they put on the roof of this car, and it has a white tail stripe to kind of mimic what the one from 1970 or 71 looked like. I can't remember the exact year. It's 70 or 71 Hemi car. But yeah, this is a really cool car. These are not like the factory wheels. These are a wheel that Auto World uses for like aftermarket style wheels on some of their modern stuff. I've even seen these wheels used on some of their slam square bodies. But not a bad choice. It looks good on the Challenger. So anyways, that's a modern muscle there. And then a next one that we have is the Super Stock, and that is a really cool one. Love the 5-spokes, the stock Mopar style 5-spokes, the black paint, and then they have the blacked out top. I guess this is like a trim option where you can have your deck lid matte black, hood and roof matte black. They actually re-released all the colors this year. One will have all gloss black, the other has the matte black top inserts. They did it with the cinnamon stick Challenger, they did it with the white knuckle Charger, and the red, well, it's a dark maroon in my opinion, but it's called something red Charger. And that kind of was a disappointment. Excuse me. I was hoping to see more high impact colors, but all they did is the Charger casting, they've only released it twice so far, and both times it had the same colors, except the top was blacked out on one or the other. But anyway, still cool. The Challenger, it's fine because they've released the Challenger dozens of times already. But the Charger, I would like to see some high impact ones, which we do have them coming. They're supposed to be coming up in early 2025. So I got my fingers crossed to see some Sublime green and some orange and purple ones and such things like that, hopefully. Because the Greenlight Chargers, new Chargers anyways, just do not do it for me. The Auto World ones, however, do, and I'm hoping that we do get them soon in some high impact colors. So here's the one we did the other day. Just going to go over it quickly. The Warlock from the diorama. I have one that is stock, straight from the diorama. Then I put one on a 4-wheel drive base. So we just looked at those in my video with doing base swaps. So I'm not spending a lot of time on them. And then we have the Midnight Express. This is one that came slammed straight from M2. This is one of their first releases when they had the 6-piece set. But they were individually packaged, of course. But it was a 6-piece set of Dodge trucks. And they had the Little Red Express on a standard chassis. And then they had the Midnight Express on a slam chassis. And I like it slammed. It's okay. But I wanted one on the stock ride height. So I found one of those Coca-Cola step sides, and I ended up swapping it around, and I got my standard 2-wheel drive base. So I have the standard 2-wheel drive Midnight Express. And I don't know if you guys have seen, they just released it on IG. Their upcoming diorama has a Little Red Express on a 4-wheel drive base, which is really cool looking. And next, we're going to take a look at a couple of Plymouths. Here is a 69 Barracuda Formula. Nice looking car. Black with a black interior and a red stripe to kind of break it up a little bit. Beautiful car. This is a nice casting from M2. And this does have opening doors and hood. And they did a really good job with getting the doors and hood all lined up nicely, which is usually not something that happens too often from M2. Actually, that door doesn't close all the way. But anyways, it still doesn't look bad. It's hard to tell because it's black. It hides a lot of flaws. So we're going to squeeze him in there on the roof. And the other Plymouth I wanted to show you guys, and this will be the last loose one, and then we're going to go to some package stuff. So this is the Don Prudhomme Black Snake Cuda. So we had to have him out here for Black Friday. Being the Black Snake Cuda, it wouldn't be Black Mopar Friday without it. So it is a really cool casting from Hot Wheels. Love their Cuda funny car. I would even like to get the NFT green one that they have coming up, or it's already out, that has the black billboards on it. It's a funny car, but it looks really good because it's done up to look like a stock muscle car with the paint job. So really cool concept. And then the carded one that I have for you guys. And this is one that I broke open, but this is not the one I broke open. I sold the loose one I had and kept the carded one, because these are a little bit too big for a diorama. M2 dropped the ball when getting this right specific for 1/64. It's a little bit too big. Actually, a lot too big. It's the same size as their Roadrunner, and it should not be, but it is. So I like them, and I will buy them, but I'm leaving them carded. I have the green one that looks bone stock like this one too, and then I have the auto hauler that has a bone stock blue one on the back of the trailer, transporter, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this thing is another one that looks fantastic with the black with the red interior, and the red tail stripe looks great. I just wish they would have used red line tires. That would have looked awesome. But they didn't, and I'm not going to open it and swap them. Just leave it the way it is. But as you can see, a lot of these classic muscle cars come black with a red gut. Very popular color combo throughout the 60s. And then, last but not least, is the Frosted Black Pearl Midnight Express from M2, and these were Walmart exclusives. Now this one is a custom. I put it on a 4x4 platform, and that is your standard one right there. It was 2-wheel drive, and I wanted a 4-wheel drive one too, so they look good next to each other. So that's pretty much it, guys, for our Black Friday Mopar style. As you can see, I don't know how many we have here. We did just 2, 4, 6, 7, and then 5, 12. Yeah, we did 15, including these 3 package runs. So, yeah, not a bad Black Friday Mopar style. So, I don't know if we'll be back this weekend or not. Depends if we can find anything worthy of making a video on or not. If we do, we will be back. But if not, we'll be back again on Monday for a Mopar Monday. Not sure if we'll have something new to unbox or we're going to do some kind of tribute to a certain one. But anyways, keep your notification bell on so you know when we do launch another video. Thanks for watching and belated Happy Thanksgiving.